Well, anyway, we're going to move on here to the Trump case. This is interesting. So, I mean, he's going to court March next year for the federal case for the January 6th incitement. The judge finally, after dragging her feet, is moving forward on the case with the stolen documents, right? The top secret documents he took, and now the Georgia case for interfering with the Georgia election. They allowed two of the 19 defendants to sever, and then Fox News is going to talk about this, and I'm getting a sense that they're really happy about this, and I don't know why. I mean, it is what it is, but we'll watch them go over this real quick.
Steve Harrigan, you are there in Atlanta. Maybe you can help set us up for this. We're getting some decisions in Fulton County.
That's right. One key decision, keep in mind, the prosecutor here wanted to try all 19 of these defendants in one group, one huge trial. That's not going to happen right now. That's because the judge has allowed two of the defendants to sever themselves from the case. Kenneth Chesebro and Sidney Powell have been allowed to sever themselves. That means they will be tried separately. So their trial, they've asked for a...
So that's the 19 defendants. So anyway,
oh my goodness.
So Sidney Powell, who was the crazy lawyer who said that the machines were developed by Cesar Chavez or somebody, I can't remember who it was. It was somebody who's been dead for like over a decade, plotted the election scheme, and from wherever, Cuba, and she was going to release the Kraken. That lady, I don't know if you remember all that. And then the other guy was it's Chesebro, but everybody calls him Chesebro.
I mean, how can you not call him Chesebro? I threw that name and yeah, that's happening.
Cheesy Bro. So Cheesy Bro, not related to the cheese burglar, by the way. Let's not smear the cheese burglar name.
I don't know. I was thinking of an episode of Golden Girls where they talk about the cheese man.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, so they severed. So those two filed what's called a motion to sever, which basically means we want separate trials, right? Which is a pain for the DA because now everybody's going to file one, and it'll probably end up being like 3 trials that she'll have to do the same basic trial 3 times in front of 3 different juries and 3 different judges, which will be interesting. But essentially what they did was they did the motion to sever and do a speedy trial because they wanted to get the trials done quicker. This is interesting because both of them are lawyers. It's kind of a gamble because what they're gambling is if we push the trial up, right, hopefully the DA won't be ready in time to take us to trial. The problem that they forgot is she's been prepping this for over a year and a half. And the reason she waited so long to indict is because she wanted to be ready to go to trial when she indicted. So she was all for it. She was like, yeah, you guys want to do October? Let's do October. So there is a potential slight advantage for Trump and the others, in which case they get to sort of see the trial beforehand, right? And some of the evidence. Of course, she's not going to release anything at the first trial that doesn't directly relate to the other co-defendants. She's going to try and keep it as tight as possible, right? She doesn't want to give away impeachable evidence or evidence where she can catch you in a lie, right? So they'll get to see it beforehand, but it could go one of 2 ways, right? Chesebro and Powell don't get convicted or it's a hung jury, in which case it's going to make the next couple trials more difficult, just in general, right? Or they both get convicted and sentenced before the trials, and now it's a slam dunk for her because she can then go and say, well, yeah, but your other 2 have already been convicted of this crime, so now all I have to do is connect them to you directly. So this could go both ways. It is, I mean, you can call it a win for Chesebro and Powell, but we'll see. we'll see. I mean, I don't know if you.
It feels a bit like a mixed bag, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel kind of like a mixed bag?
Yeah.
Whether that's like is that a victory for them or not? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I just, it's gonna be interesting to see. Really, it comes down to what's the DA's case. The other thing is she had to give up who the unindicted co-defendants were, but that's just basic disclosure stuff. I don't think that's a real big issue. I don't think she cares. But yeah, it'll be fun to see because that's just one of 4 indictments that he's got going on. Trump's got going on right now. That one will be the fun one though because since it's in Georgia, there's no rule against televising it live. So we'll all get to watch live Chesebro and Powell's trial because they're being tried together now. And if there's a lot of damning evidence that comes out, it's going to be all over the news. It's going to be tough working at Fox News because you're going to be spending a lot of time trying to tap dance your way around. I didn't hear anything about that, even though I'm a news reporter.
Well, and with the way those ones are going to be all over the place, that's not going to really bode well for Trump during election season, even if his isn't, up quite yet, because all this information that's related to his is going to be constantly being spewed out there, so this is going to throw him kind of a blow any way you slice it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to remember, he's still, we're the only country in the world that allows this. He's never won the popular vote. He lost the popular vote in both elections. But part of what saved him is he could get some of those uninformed voters, right, that don't really follow politics or the news. And those people, won't be able to avoid this. And they'll be sitting there going, wait, Trump did what? Well, I'm not voting for him now.
Right.
But Trump's got a counter, so he's put his